हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू अनदर वीडियो। आज की वीडियो में हम लोग डिस्कस करने वाले हैं एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन को, और वो है रेमंड विलियम कॉन्सेप्ट्स ऑफ ट्रेजेडी। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। ये क्वेश्चन अलग अलग तरह से पूछा जा सकता है, तो अगर रेमंड विलियम से रिलेटेड कोई भी क्वेश्चन आए तो आप ये आंसर लिख सकते हैं, ठीक है, क्योंकि ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा ईजी वर्ड्स में है। रेमंड विलियम्स, अब हम यहाँ पर आंसर डिस्कस करना स्टार्ट करते हैं। Raymond Williams' writings in the post war period had a kind of existentialist motive of blocked individual liberation. The essay Tragedy and Tradition is a discussion on the common and the traditional interpretations of tragedy. He has used his power of perception and has come with a strong thesis on the evolution of tragedy in the essay. Raymond Williams takes the subject of tragedy as a form of art and tragedy as an experience. He retraces the tradition of tragedy as he believes in the continuity of tradition. He does not want to reject the present by the past and or vice versa, but he thinks that concept of tradition is important to understand modern tragedy. In the previous essay, he tells the basics of tragedy in these words: we come to tragedy by many roads. It is an intimate experience, a body of literature, conflict of theory, an academic problem. So it was the line he described tragedy with. He believes that tragedy is not the death of king. It is not personal or general. Tragedy is not simple death or suffering, and it is certainly not accident, nor is it simply a response to death and suffering. It is a particular kind of event and particular kind of response, which are genuinely tragic, and which the long tradition embodies. His basic thesis in this article is the meaning of tragedy, the relationship of tradition to tragedy, and the kinds of experience which we mistakenly call tragic. Discuss the historical development of tragedy. Williams says that when the unique Greek culture changes, the the course, which was the crucial element of dramatic form, was discarded and the unique meaning of tragedy was lost. He says that things change and concepts change. On the basis of our concept, we tend to seek permanent meaning in art, which, according to Williams, is a serious mistake. People think that the medieval period produced no tragedy, but Monk's Tale is the example in which we see protagonists falling from prosperity to adversity. Thus, again, according to him, is the result of the fixation to an absolute meaning of tragedy. He says it is not that we lack the evidence, but we fail to use it because it doesn't fit our idea of tragedy. Later, tragedy became more secularized in the Renaissance and neoclassical age. During Renaissance, there is a precise emphasis on the fall of famous men, as the rank was still important because the fate of ruling class was the fate of the city. But with the desolation of feudal world, the practice of tragedy made new connections. The stories were transformed. During the neoclassical period, emphasis on dignity and nobility of the hero continued, but the moving force of the tragedy was now a matter of behavior rather than a metaphysical condition. The real question of tragedy now was moral than metaphysical. The tragic error was moral, a weakness in an otherwise good man who could still be pitied. After the William has discussed the idea of tragedy, he gives his reading of 18th and 19th century tragic theories. So this was the question. Hope so you can understand it. Mm, Kindly subscribe the channel, and if you have any comment you can. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye bye.